Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to day 9. We're getting close to the end now. We're going to make the atmospheric control tower, and I've just looked at the power usage of that, 5,000 megawatts. All right, so what we need to do is go and grab our composite beams and our catalytic converters, because we don't have, I don't think we have enough space for them. Maybe we do. I'm not sure, but we're going to go and check. So they're over here. We'll see what we've got. Now, composites, I believe we were putting into here. So we'll just check this first. Oh, yes, we do have enough for composite beams. So 40, okay, so we cancel this. 40, 80. Yeah, we have enough. So we just need to make more, that's all. Okay. That's something I guess we could help with a little bit, maybe. Oh, we're just going to chuck that down there for a minute. Oh, it's there. So yeah, these composite beams, we can go and make more of them. And we need to get up to 200, obviously. So the other things are catalytic converters. We're making them, but we're just not quite making them quick enough. We're halfway there. The real question, though, is going to be where are we going to put this? Where are we going to put? Because it's not just making this, right? We also need to go ahead and make the power that's going to generate this, because this needs 5,000. This needs 5,000 megawatts. Where do we go to place this? Do we place it here? I mean, we have, I believe, enough. We're at 100% power here, but the only thing I can think to do with this is going to be a nuclear plant, and that needs 200 composite beams as well. That's going to make 5,600. This one makes 1,200, so we'd need a lot of them. We could make them. Again, composite beams still. We need 4 of these. We need 4 of these. That's only going to be 80 composite beams. I haven't actually got that many computers left. We are making computers, but we haven't got many left. Interesting, we've only got 16 left. I think that was because we used them all for the... I don't actually know where we used them for. We should have a lot more computers than that, so I need to have a look at why that's not working. Interesting. But yeah, so this needs 5,000. So that's going to make exactly what we need, but that needs water usage as well. These nuclear reactors, which we can make. Composite beams, which we've nearly got 200 of them. And another 200 there. So we need 400 composite beams. That's a lot. That's a lot. And also these catalytic converters as well. Or we use these, which is 80 composite beams. It does mean we need to build 4 of these over in the hottest area. That is the only downside to that. And this means that has to be put into the hottest area. I guess that's what we do, right? I guess we just build 4 of these. But then we're so short on computers at the moment. So... Huh. It's quite difficult to actually know, like, what's best, you know, what to do. Kind of like the idea of being in the center of the map. Not going to lie, maybe we'll go and have a look around here at building a base. We've got this water lake here, conveniently. Maybe this is a good place to go. What if we look at this as our setup? I think we do that, you know. Whilst everything's being made, let's go and check that out. We're going to wait. We're actually not going the right way. I want to go this way. Okay, so just taking a moment to think about what this looks like on a bigger scale of what we're doing here. Automations are pretty much done, but we need to work on efficiency. But the big question is, oh yeah, look at this. This is a huge flat area. Okay. I think we level this out and this becomes our huge mega base as long as it's got the resources that we're going to need. So we can actually turn around here. There's a little lake down here. I think that maybe we should look to land about here. Because actually, that's not too sad at all, really. We're not too far from the lake. We're already using that lake. Let's stick a radar down, shall we? See what happens. I think that's going to be the key here. All right, we need to put some power onto it, so we'll... Okay. Lots of iron. That's good. I like this like circle area here. So lots of iron. That's good. We've got sulfur. There's no gold, but it's not too much of a problem, I guess. We could bring the gold in if we need to. Lots of sulfur. There's lots of copper. Lots of iron. Cobalt. More iron over here, but it's not as flat. I quite like this idea. Oh look, yeah, this is that crater. Yeah, I quite like the idea of starting in this crater, you know, building a huge mega base right here. There's graphite here as well, that's pretty cool. Do you know what? Let's go and build. We need wheels and a controller. Let's do this. All right, we're going to sit down a proper base. Let's do this. We're going to... Because we're waiting for everything else to build, so that's fine. So let's put this down here. Good, right, that's on the right level. Let's go ahead and get our workbench down. Make a joystick. And we're going to need to make these wheels, which hopefully we can make because we've got the parts. Great. We can make 4 wheels. Need to figure out that computer issue though. Alright, let's go ahead and make ourselves one of these. Nice. And then in here, let's go ahead and make ourselves one of these. That's going to allow us to flatten out this entire area. It's going to take some time. I think we go ahead and make 2 of them, you know. And whilst we're doing this, we'll keep an eye on the progress of those items that are being made. Because, yeah, the first we're going to need to make this nuclear plant. We need to make 4 nuclear reactors as well. So, I guess, we make those from here. Fast rotors. Okay, oof, they're slow to make, but we only need 4 of them for now. So whilst we do want to automate this process, I don't think we need to automate it right this second. I think we can make 4 nuclear reactors. And I think we could get ready to put this centralized building down right here in the middle of this. This can be ground 0. Alright, there's a second nuclear reactor. I don't think we need to go worry about making all 4 of those right now. Let's jump into our car. And we can chuck these 2 energy cells in here. That's going to go for, yeah, quite a long time. Right, so this is going to be the floor. Because of that, if we hold down our left mouse button as we move, you can see we're going to start to clear this. And some phosphorus and all sorts here. We're just going to go out in a straight line. And make sure this is nice and flat. Spin it around. And quite simply, going to go just back again and do the same thing. So it's a really cool little tool. Works really well. Now we're going to have this beautiful flat land. And once we've got that, we're going to put down a huge foundation for ourselves. That's a little bit frustrating. We can't get rid of that. Oh, that one went. Okay. Now that falls off there, so we're also going to need a digger to make this bigger. Okay. And we have so much time here, but look, we've got enough now to put down... That's actually the geothermal plant. We don't want to do that one. We want to do the nuclear plant. So we've got enough. We just need those nuclear reactors. But I'm a bit hesitant to put that down first. I might put down the other building first. The bigger one. And then put down the power. Because I think I can still make this work with small power. So let's see. We're going to jump out of here. Let's grab some health. Alright, we're going to put a bench down, just a small bench, and the reason for that... Oh, at least we're going to try to. If it lets us. Oh, we don't have rocks or iron, of course we don't. Because why would we? We don't collect any of that. Cool. That works. Now, only reason we're going to do that is so we can make some food. Okay, let's get this down. So, getting rid of some of these building rocks that we don't want. Nice. Alright, moment of truth. Here we go. We're going to put some foundations down. Let's have a look at what foundations we want. A platform that you can place outside. Steel alloy, or we can do this one. So, let's have a look at this. Looks like that. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, look, this one's just much smaller. So that can become a foundation, but also we've got these blocks. So these construction blocks that we can build. And we can do a line. Like that. We've got some bare concrete we can go with. Which is pretty cool. Got some bunker concrete we can go with, which is pretty cool. So, we've got bricks here. That looks like kind of some weird bricks. So as we're trying to think, like, what do we want our foundation to look like? This is some crazy concrete pavement. It does look pretty cool. Wood planks. Corrugated planks? That's a bit weird. I think asphalt kind of makes the most sense. Yeah, I think asphalt kind of makes the most sense as I'm looking at what we're going to add. Oh, we've got no energy, that's why. Yeah, of course, because it takes energy to use this. So when I'm trying to decide, do I want these as the as the bottom tiles, or do I want this? And I guess there's no right or wrong answer. But it is interesting when we think about what do we want. Now these take both concrete and iron plates. But it's much easier to put these together. I think we can make a lot of them. And they're relatively simple to do. So, oh. Unless you make a mistake like that. X? Okay, X gets rid of it. Okay, so I think this is a good starting point. Kind of all we need to get started with. So we'll build on here. There we go. That one we can't do at the moment. But yeah, this is a good starting point. So what we can do, we can actually just click. Oh, that's better. So if we do that on the edge like that, we can clip them on. That's even easier. So yeah, just targeting the edge like that. Much quicker, much easier. There we go. We have a pretty cool little starting point here. The other cool thing about doing this is... There we go, we can just do this. Perfect. That looks great. Let's take this off. We'll have to take this out as well. Get rid of this one. Because we're going to have to put the rest of these in. Now, what happens if I put that one down? That is still there. Can I still use it? I'm not too sure. Looks like it. Cool. Alright, that works. Now we've got our foundation down. That we can see from space. Let's go ahead and put down our main building. So, the atmospheric control center. Remember, this was the... I mean, look at the size of this, just to get some context. I mean, okay. That is ridiculously big. I guess, though, if we're going to put it down, it's going to go down just here like so. We need one more catalytic converter. We're just waiting for it to clear. We know it's on its way. We're just watching that top right-hand corner, waiting. There it is. We're just trying to get these down. That is a rather large building. And whilst we're not going to get all the ones down underneath it, we can do these ones around it. And that's still going to make it look good. I think there's one more we need here. There we go. That can go in there like that. Great, all looks good. We'll leave those hidden underneath for somebody else to find in the future. Alright. That is a rather large building. And for some reason, the crane looks like it's still going. It is. It's still growing. Wow. Okay. Right. Now we need to add this power, which is going to have to be this one. And this is going to need those two nuclear reactors. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our base down next to this. So I guess as a home, I guess we're going to look for that space there. And I guess in this instance, we're probably going to go for a couple more across. And I guess a couple more up as well, mate. Do that. All right, let's go inside. Look at our new home. Now we can put stairs inside. I just don't know how we're going to do the ceiling, but oh, it does it itself. There we go. It takes it out. There we go. We've got an upstairs. We've got a downstairs now. It's pretty cool. We'll actually leave that inside properly now. Now we've got to this stage and there we go. We'll leave that there as well. Cool. All right. 2 more nuclear reactors. We'll make those. And we've got the start of a main base. A main base that we're going to be able to build up. And that we're going to have everything automated from this location. And we'll bring everything into one location. It's central to the map. So we can use trains to go from each corner. Bring it all in. And this will be where we will live. But to do that we need power. And to do that, we need 200 composite beams, and we're currently only at 31 of 200, and that's okay. That's okay right now. We've made our nuclear reactors. They're done. So, yep, that's what we're waiting for now. And actually, if I look on the map at this area here, if I go to the task and look at Planet Analyzer, this isn't actually a bad area that we're in. So I should be able to put out quite quickly. I should be able to terraform this quite quickly. Oh, we're going to keep building out. Nice. So now just kind of thinking what this is going to look like in terms of our growth. I hope the car's going to be all right there. I'm going to have to look at that. Not enough concrete. So we're going to have to get iron plates and concrete now. which means I think we're going to have to get a few more warehouses, a bit more concrete, just so we can get it going quicker. We'll put this one down, and then we'll put one more down, but yeah, we're going to have to start really thinking about scaling now, especially when we consider the size of this building. That is phenomenally huge. All right. And our little tiny base that's sitting next to it. Cool. All right. So all we can do now at this stage, because the only thing left for us to do, now we've built this, is wait for 50% closer to Earth-like. We can also see, if we look on the planet analyzer, most of the radiation in this area has gone. So we're going to need to put another one of these here. We need to put 2 actually. 1, 2. That's 3, 4, 5. So we need to do 5 of those in total. This area we need to do, and it's almost in a circle look. So we can see we need to do 1 in the middle. Then we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So another 6 around here to empty this. This one's a little bit difficult, a little bit different to see, but that's how this one looks anyway. They're almost like in little circle patches. The only thing we can really do right now to speed up this game is to make composite beams. We actually need to make them ourselves. We've got more than enough material. The problem is simply just the numbers. So the machine's going to make them, we're going to make them, and together we'll get to that 200 where we can put that nuclear facility down and or that nuclear reactor down. And then we'll be able to get a lot more progress. Because at the moment, the progress is at 1%. It's very, very slow. I'm excited to see what happens. I don't know what happens at this point of the game. So it'll be really interesting to see. I did the first 3 days of this video series about 5 or 10 times. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to get the absolute best start. I tested and played about with lots of different starts. How does this work? How does that work? Is this good? Is this good? I probably spent 10 to 20 hours in the game just in testing before I recorded a video for you. So I wanted to really make sure it was the best it could be. But after that, as we got into the second part of this video series, I'm exploring the same way as you are and finding things and figuring out what works. And hopefully we're doing this journey together. That's the whole idea of these Let Play series. Bit of a beginner's guide, talking through things, but also exploring at the same time. So I've not got to this stage before. This is I've only got to the nuclear stage, like where you build a nuclear reactor, but I never actually built one. And so in terms of terraforming, I haven't done this yet. And so I'm excited to see what comes next. I'm genuinely curious at this stage. And I really, really want to build a clean, automated base that's efficient. And get rid of all of the... I mean, you can't really get rid of, I guess, of the spaghetti junctions, but we can clean things up. But plasma conductors, we've got lots of them. Nuclear reactors. I never knew composite beams was going to be the bottleneck. And that's a hard one. There's a lot to this to make these. And we don't know what's next either. This is definitely not the end because we've still got all these microscopes and quantum AI chips and things like that to use. So we're not done yet. But yeah, composite beams. We're going to need to have some additional bases set up. I just really want to set this one up as the main one. All right, we're going to have a little break from that just for a second and see how we're doing. So yeah, still only at 1%, but that's... And we're going to... And by the way, if we do this, complete your next objective to unlock Habitat Tier 1 and Habitat Tier 2. A pre-built living space designed to support a human life, ready for colonists upon arrival. Cleared most of this. Again, still got just this area to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a little bit. So, cool. Good to know. All right. Need to make some food. We'll do that just real quick here. There we go. Eat that. Good to go. All right. Back to the grind. It's interesting the way that you can't leave the workbench as well. Like if you step away from this, you stop crafting. I do like that, but at the same time, it's also frustrating. Collisions with ships will be nice in the future. Fall damage, hurting yourself, better graphics, the UI getting an update. They're all things I'd like to see, but overall, I like this. Okay, so we've run out of alloy now. Oh dear. We're going to have to wait for alloy. I guess that means we go ahead and we can't make any alloy. We can't do that. Not from here. I mean, we've got enough beams. And that's the bottleneck. That's the second bottleneck we've just found. Making enough of this alloy to be able to make these beams. So I think at this stage, because we're going to be waiting for this, we need to just head out or just stay in here. Oh, we can't get out. That's interesting. So we have to go upstairs if we want to use our drone inside now. Okay, so let me have a little think about what we're building here. The nuclear power plant is huge. And I'm thinking that we're going to put it here. Which means I need to build out the floor. Oh, this needs water, doesn't it? Oh, yes. And it has an input, which is going to be uranium. Okay. So this nuclear plant is going to actually have to face this way. Uranium's up here, so we're going to bring the uranium down. So it would make sense that we set up the power plant here. Because that would hopefully power a large range of things. Let's go and prepare for that, shall we? Cool, that still works. I mean, I guess because of this... Yeah, we're getting there towards the water. What we need is something to level the ground. Hydraulic pistols and 2 walls. Okay. Yeah, because the problem we've got is that's like as far as we can go here, right? Unless we do this, which is just too slow. Who wants to do that, right? Alright. Have to go and get the car out. And when I say get the car out, I mean we're going to have to go and make a new car. What do we need for the car? We're going to need 4 wheels and 2 hydraulic pistons. That's nice and easy. We're going to push that out level up to the lake, and then we're going to build out the nuclear plant down by the lake. But for that, we're going to need this cart. Oh yeah, we're going to need some power from this one. Is that going to destroy these bits? No, it's not. All right, so what do we need to do? We need to fill, but to fill... Oh, wow. Ugh. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to make this a little bit... I mean, this bit's all right. It's just when we get to here, right? There we go, that works. Let's leave that there for a minute and go and get the other one. And this one is going to level everything out. So if I do this, nice. So we'll get up until we're at this level here. And then I should be able to just go straight through like this. Nice. Yeah, see, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Where we're going to... Yeah, that looks good to me. Just going to go in a straight line until we come through the other side. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Oh, I don't think that one was right. It wasn't. Nice. So we can have like an underground garage, which would be pretty cool. Alright, so we made it to the lake. Good. Alright, that means we're going to come out from here. But also, I need to figure out how big is that going to be. So that's going to be where the water's going to be. Okay, so that means that's going to sit on there like that. I need to come out a few more. Cool. And a lot of conveyor belts and wires could actually go underground. It's a bit like what you can build in Satisfactory, which is cool. Right, let's try that again. Nice. Ah, we've run out again. Take that one out. Put that one there and that one. One more. Nice. So the reason I'm trying to put those two on there is because that acts as a buffer as to where it goes. So... Okay. So that's actually going to sit there like that. We still need another 50 composite beams for that to work, so... Alright, at least we know where it's going. That's the main thing. Okay. We head back. We carry on. Definitely get a lot of boost when you jetpack along the floor like this, which is nice. Now we should have some more on us to be able to make these composite beams. We do. Alright, let's see if we can get this finished. Get that nuclear reactor down. Composite beams at the moment, the largest bottleneck on this part of the game. We'll get them finished. Not going to take too much longer, but it's yeah, definitely something we want to automate with a better crafting loop. I think we're going to need 2 of these set up, or we need to filter these into one warehouse into several different. We can merge and split them. I think a splitter we can put into 4 different rows. That would be better. All right. Not enough. Oh, we're out again. We're out. Okay. All right. Well, if we're out, we're out. There's not much we can do about that. Let's take the ship down. Already, as you can see, quite a large base area, which is pretty cool. Hey, the concrete comes back really quickly, though. That is nice. So we'll put this one in here. Ah. If I remove that, it doesn't all fall down. That's interesting. Cool. That is the footprint for this. That's crazy big. Actually needs to go wider, so I think I'm going to leave the gap underneath it in the middle. I just don't think there's any point in doing that. But I do want to do this bit, so yeah, I still think I need to go like maybe 4 out, maybe. Maybe that's enough. I'm not actually too sure, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's cool. That works. So from there, that's good. Probably 1 too many. Cool. We'll get rid of that end one, and by the time we've built this back, we should have enough to finish those composites. All right, there's our outline. That is quite a large area. We're out of concrete, so we'll wait for that to come back again. And whilst we're waiting for that to come back again, we'll come in here and we'll look at what it's going to take to make this. 172. We've got a few more bits here. And get up to about 180. Out again. Okay, so right, we're getting to that point of really kind of running out of stuff now. But that's cool. I guess we could put like one of these down and that's going to give it like 3% power. Okay. Well, what about if we put one of these down just as like a temporary thing while we're waiting? But I can't believe we've run out of computers and they're not coming. So we were making computers. We need to figure out why they're not coming through. Because we can make computers, so I don't know why we're not getting them. Because we were making a lot. So we must have broken something and we haven't fixed it. Which means we'll have to go back and have a look at that. There we go. So we can actually put like another one of these down here. Look. There we go. That's got us up to like 16%, right? What do we need? In fact, they, as they work, take 20 composite beams. Yeah. So 20, 40, which means I need to get to 160. I'm at 140 at the moment. So I need 20 composite beams and we're good to go. Let's go back and figure out what's going on. Like, what's going on with our computers? Obviously, we've broken them, but I need to figure out why. So we can see where our new home is. That's fine. Computers are being made up here. It's not actually that far to go. You can see it in the distance just coming up there. So just over this mountain. I think it's because we put that in, it's too slow now, you know. So I think the problem may well be... No, we have enough power, we have enough water. So the question is, where are the computers? There's no copper plates. Why? So copper plates were coming in. Oh, because for some reason there's iron plates in there? I don't even know how that happened. But that would make sense. So, okay, that problem's now being fixed. All right, what do I need whilst I am here? What is going to help me? I need to be able to make... And I think this is the challenge at the moment, right? Is... that's all done in there. That's kind of all done in there. Got loads of iron ingots in there and I don't know why. So we'll make some more steel alloy instead. Just random stuff sitting in there. Right, well, they're all pumping through now, so that's good. Everything else is kind of just ground to a halt at the moment. This actually doesn't have enough plates. Because this is only producing... It just can't produce quick enough. Oh, yes, I was going to split this, wasn't I? I was looking at splitting this, and I didn't do it. So that should be running 1 to each, really. Okay. In this case, yeah, it's this one that's running. So I really need to build another one of these. Guess I'm going to put it there. Yep. It's a little bit messy, actually. Let me see if I can get away with this being here. Might not work. It's a little bit too close, but we'll try it. And then we need to have that splitter. Yeah, that's going to really struggle to go in there, isn't it? So the only way I can see this working is with one of these splitters, and even so, that is super tight. So we'll take that out, and that. We will put in a splitter here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We're going to try it. So we've got 120 going from there to there, which then means we've got 60 going from there to there. Yes, that works. We then want to go from here. Now, this is the bit that I don't think is going to work. No, it's not. Or is it? It is. I didn't think that was going to work. That into there. We're good. Then we just need to delete that one, because now instead we're going to have this one going from here to here instead. And this is going to make ingots. So that might work, because we have 120 coming out, of which we have 60 and 60 now. Half going round into there, and half going round into there. There we go. Nice. That's full. That's pushing into there, which is not full. But to be fair, this is still alloy, and still alloy is now full. So these are going to start stacking up now. Yeah. Cool. So we're not even going to need those. So they're going to go straight in there. That's going to be all of those in there and all of those in there. Great. Steel plates are in there. Steel plates are in there, but that's full. Steel plates are in there. That's making drills. Drills. Yeah, drills will fill up and they'll be done, so they won't need them anymore. So that's fine. And then we're just putting them in there to make iron beams. And to be fair, iron beams are full up as well. So where are they going? Actually, don't know why we're making iron beams when they're full. We're not even using them. Interesting. Alright, cool. But that's fixed that problem anyway. Computers are coming in now, so that's good. We're not going to struggle with those. Let's head back. Alright, we're going to go back to our new base. I mean, we can see it from here. It's so ridiculously huge. All right, we need 16 more. 16 more of these, and we can make some more now. So there we go. We only need to get to 160, and in fact, we don't even need to get that far. Yeah, it is coming through much quicker now. That's good. We're there. We made it. That took quite a bit of work. A little bit of waiting around today. All right, we're on 158. Let's go. We'll break this one down. It's going to take some time to do that. We need to get to 160 composite beams. That's 178. We'll take this one down as well. That puts on 198. Oh, inventory is full. Plated connectors. Okay. Can we sort this into a better order? We don't need that. I would rather take those than the other thing. So 2 more composite beams, please. That's it. We're done. That took some time, but we finally got there. Let's go and build. Let's go and build his power plant. Just leave that there. And let's get this up. No, that is the wrong power plant. We want that one. All right, that was good to me. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a beast of a building, an absolute beast. Now, it's built the floor up around it, which is fantastic. We simply don't need to put all of these plates. That's why we only did the frame, because we're just not wasting them. Look at that. That looks phenomenal. All right, let's go. Oh, make sure we don't die. The worst thing that can happen to us at this stage. Okay. This is down. This is not producing anything at the moment because we're still not there. And the reason for that is because this is going to need some water and some uranium, which needs 6 per minute. All right, well, look, the water is the absolutely easiest part, so we can do that. First thing we're going to need to do is put our water pump in. Oh, guess what? We need composite beams, and we just don't have enough. That is so frustrating. But that's going to come out of here, which is fine. We're just going to wait for that a little bit, I guess. I guess we're just going to have to wait for that. And then that uranium we're going to have to bring down from over here. So that's going to come out and around and down to here. So what we'll do, we'll put that in on the grid. We'll come out in a straight line and we'll come down in a straight line. That's it. Nice and easy. And because we're going to come out in a straight line, and because this is here, yep, you absolutely guessed it. We're going to build this out with it. Because that is going to be how it comes in. And so that should be what we use. So everything we build now is going to be in straight lines. Everything is going to be efficient and organized, and no more spaghetti junctions. This isn't going to be a quick process. It's going to take time, but we're going to do this properly. It's going to look amazing. We've got one more composite beam. I really just want to get some water going in here at the moment. Same thing with that. That's going to come out to here. Just thinking about how this works. So I guess the thing with this is if I was just to use bare concrete, I would do like that, right? There we go. Looking pretty cool like that. And then in order to match this, so I'm assuming, no, that's going to have to go over one, right? So it will go there, but it will have to go over just one. So, okay. I think it's going to be about there. That looks good. And then we should be able to get from on here, if we can find a water pump here. There we go. It should fit nicely onto here. Not quite perfect, but it fits. So that's good. All right, so from here, knowing that this fits, we can go and put a pipe on. I mean, it fits. It's just not ideal, right? Or maybe it is. So there's not going to be any... Is there any power? Oh, there's no power here to this, but there'll be power to that. So that's only producing 19 a second. And I'm assuming... It says low power. If I put that down... providing 7% of 5,082. Yeah. Okay, so that's why that's low power. All right, cool. So, yeah. We need the uranium to go in there now. Nuclear power plant is going to take, in terms of input, required uranium. So what we need to do is we need to have a look at uranium. So you've got uranium ore and you've got refined uranium. And it doesn't actually tell us what it is. Oh. This isn't good. We've got to get into our ship. We got very lucky there. It doesn't actually tell us what it is. It said, oh, refined uranium. Of course, it actually does tell us what it is. Sorry, apologise. So it's refined uranium, which we can make 12 per minute. That's all. And this takes 6 per minute to run. So this has to run from ore. And so that means if this has to run from ore, we will need to put a refinery here. Like so. And the question is, where does it need to go? Well, it needs to come in from the water, so we know that. So that's going to have to go somewhere around maybe there. So that that fits and that pipe comes up. We'll do that later. I mean, it's not perfect, but it works. It kind of spoils it a little bit, but it has to go there. Unless I push it up through the bottom there. But no, that works. All right, so that's obviously going to be the refined ore that we're going to have. This here is going to be interesting to get on. That works. I like that on there. That fits there quite nicely. Don't want that there though. Again, if I'm going to start doing this now, I'm going to get it properly. Everything's going to have to go in its right home. Okay. Ah. Oh my days, it's done the same thing again. Let me try it one more time. There and there. Don't move. Perfect. All right. From here up to here. That's nice and clean. And from here up to here. Also looking nice and clean. We like that. Just a little bit of a wobble on here, but not really much I can do with that because that's where the building was placed. So now this is going to go in a straight line to there. And I want to build that straight through. So I'm going to have to work on tunneling through and getting to that point where I can just go straight at that level there, which I can't do right now. But when I look at where I am, I've still got a long way to go. Now, I think this one's probably going to be the quickest one to go to, maybe. Then up here. That's a long way to go. I think straight up all the way and then left. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. In order to do that, I'm actually going to have to jump out of here. And head back. And I think that for today, that's going to be the end of this. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish connecting this off. And we'll get that power and we'll get that working. So at the moment, 4%. Long way to go still. But yeah, we're getting there. We'll carry on tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, and see if we can get this finished. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.